What's up, YouTube? Hudson Fan 15 back with a contest response for huffboyrd. Big Cleveland Indians fan. Good to see another one other than Ron out there. So that makes two of you. He is doing a contest for a Michael Jordan game used bat card. And I saw some of these video responses popped up, and I like the premise. I like the three questions that he asked. Favorite movie for me is Mystery Science Theater 3000. It was adapted from the television show that was on local, I believe it's either Minnesota or Wisconsin, public access, made it Comedy Central, and then finished out its tenure on Sci-Fi. Right in the middle, they got a movie deal. Basically, it's a character, Mike Nelson, or earlier it was Joel, but in this one it's Mike Nelson and his wisecracking band of robots, Crow T Robot, Tom Servo, Gypsy, Cambot, and the Nanites. They're on the Satellite of Love, and the premise of the movie is that there's an evil scientist that has the Mike trapped on this satellite and forces him to watch these awful movies and kind of tracks his responses, and he thinks somehow that that's going to result in him being able to take over the world. So they basically just sit there and make fun of bad sci-fi movies, and this thing ran for 10 seasons. So this one was, they were cracking on a movie called This Island Earth, and there's some, all of it is contextual humor. There's very few things that if you take the joke out and just try to, it's not inherently funny. It's all circumstantial stuff. So I can't really quote it without it, you know, other than one of my favorites was Whoop-Dee Shit. Second question is favorite athlete of all time and why. I'll say Tim Hudson. I really enjoy watching him pitch. I've watched baseball longer than any other sport, and I get more enjoyment out of watching his games when they are on television in my area than any other pitcher, or really any other player. They're obviously if I wanted to go one for each sport, I'd probably put Peyton Manning out there because he's a great athlete and he's got a computer for a brain, and it's just the art of the cat and mouse game he seems to always play with every defense that goes up against him is just amazing. And then finally, the favorite video game, which I had not considered as a good contest question. I will give you two. I will give you one from a newer area, and by newer I would mean like the last 10 years, and then one from an older era. The older era, one of the original Sega Genesis gray box games, is a game by the name of Herzog Zwei, and you control a transforming plane that transforms into a motorcycle, and the goal of the game is to basically colonize a map, and it was the direct precursor, kind of the the inspiration, if you will, for Command and Conquer. So if you've ever played a Command and Conquer military strategy type game, you can probably trace it back to this game. And I was lucky enough to pick it up at a tag sale, very cheap. Played it for years. It still worked when I traded in the Genesis for the first PlayStation, and I got more for the game than I did for the console and all the other games combined, because it was still so highly revered. So if you haven't seen it, you can probably find screenshots and videos of it on YouTube if you look for it. And then I am a bit of a puzzle game geek. I play right now on my phone. There's a game called Bubble Blast 2, which has a total of 6,000 puzzles, and I'm like 4,130 something into it. But I used to play for PlayStation a game called Bust-A-Move 2. I thought it was better than 1, and this is a game my father and I played together a lot, and I got him hooked on it for the longest period of time. And it's a very simple game. You have a little directional arrow at the bottom of the screen. There are bubbles across the top of the screen. You fire the bubble that you're in control of with the little directional arrow. It can bounce off sides, and there's some geometry involved. And you connect 3 or more of a specific bubble, and they explode and you get points. If you can, let's say you have 4 of them of one color and 2 of them another, and then you connect the 4 with a 5th and they all explode and they drop more, that's more points. There's different modes. There's an adventure mode, a competitive mode, and I played this game until I don't even know how this game played, how scratched up and all it was, and that was just from going around and around and around in the machine. But so that's that. So Huffboyrd, his contest. Thank you for doing the contest. Like seeing the videos with the bird cage in the background, and you got some cute kids there too. Alright, YouTube, peace.